What's up, guys? Welcome to Grease Lightning Reactions. We're here for the season preview of Winter 2018. I'm gonna do one of these just like I did last time. If you guys haven't been around for one of these, I've been doing these pretty much every season since I've been pretty much doing YouTube, I guess. Just gonna be going over the shows that are coming up. Haven't really read too much about these yet. I've done a preliminary, like, ooh, that looks interesting, that looks basically just based on the images, and nothing too much else unless I recognize the names or something, or maybe I recognize the studio. I haven't really gotten into the synopses, I guess, is that a word? I don't know. The summaries of these shows yet. So I figured we'd go through that together, maybe look into some of the people behind some of these shows as we go along as well. Similar to how I did it last time. Don't have my usual preparation that I do with my notes and stuff, but I figured I'd just do this like this. You guys seem to enjoy it enough as I did last time, but yeah. So if you guys don't know my usual method, red usually means that I'm not going to watch it, as you can see right around the edges here. If I have yellow, that probably means either it could be a live reaction in the future, or I'm just going to watch it on my own. And green usually means live reaction. Well, the other thing I'll say is just because I said something is live reaction here doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to do it. If you guys have seen my previous videos, sometimes I'll say, oh, that looks interesting. And then maybe I'll like hear some things, or I just don't want to like take on any more shows and I feel like it's enough, then I won't do it. As you guys know, with med school, like this last season, I'm gonna get behind for sure. It's gonna get harder this next semester. So I mean, we managed. I'm only behind in like 2 shows right now. So I have to catch up on Gintama and I have to catch up on Mage's Bride. But otherwise, I caught up eventually, right? So timely fashion is going to be a little difficult. Maybe I'll have a little better time management and we can not get behind, but there's no promises. So it's one of the reasons why I may be dropping certain shows, just because I have to respect the amount of time I have to give to medical school instead of, you know, like this stuff. This is purely secondary. Anyways, here we go. We're going to start with this. I think it's the alphabetical order for this. So yeah. Basilisk Oka Ninpochu Pocho by 7 Arc Studio. Let's see. The battle for succession that continued for 3 generations of shogun in the Keicho era culminated in a gruesome battle of ninja arts between the Koga and Iga clans. Amidst a rain of flower petals, a man and woman who had decided to live for love were separated once again. Beautiful in their transience. However, it is said that by the hand of Hattori Hanzo's adopted son, Kyohachiro, these 2 flower petals, whether temporary or permanently, were given life again and left 2 mementos behind. These children, born with a destiny of their own, were called Koga Hachiro and Iga Hibiki. The former had eyes like his father's, and the latter had eyes like her mother's. It is now the Kanai era, and the land is at peace, as ninjas begin to disappear into the shadows after being deemed unnecessary. The Koga and Iga clans ask a favor of Hichiro and Hibiki in hopes of reinforcing their foundations. Yeah, okay. So I first of all want to know who 7 Arc Studios is, because that's not familiar to me. Nothing that I am recognizing here. I usually like to do this with studios, you know, just kind of figure out what else they've done. Maybe some of you guys know Trinity 7. I've never watched this. I've heard of it before. Not good things, but, you know, like, okay, yeah. So studio behind it hasn't done too much. Just based on the setting itself, it doesn't seem like anything too exciting. You know, we've had this Iga and Koga clan type clashes in the past. It seems like one of those shows, you know, like you generally see every season. You always have one of these. Director, it's the major one, I think, for this. There's a prequel. Really? Did it do well? 24 episodes. Okay. I don't usually look at scores, but 2 warring clans. Okay, so maybe this is more of a sequel I shouldn't even be looking at this, but director also worked on Glass Slip, which was terrible. Oh my god. Okay. Anything like I can praise? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah. Nothing I can really talk about. So, yeah. I'm going to say still skip, just as my initial impression, so let's keep going. Usually this takes me forever, so we have to keep it rolling. Beatless, which is by Diomedia. I do know Diomedia, so, okay, I believe in that smile. Even if you don't have a soul. 2105 AD, Japan, the humanoid android he became part of people's life and was handling the things human could and couldn't do. Endo Arato, unlike his friends Kenko and Ryu, who hate Hie, I'm going to call her Hai, felt sympathy for Hai, which are supposed to be just objects. One night, Arato suddenly gets assaulted by mysterious falling cherry blossoms that make Hai and machines run havoc. Will the cornered Arato be saved by the mysterious Hai Lacia? So I guess this is Lacia here, the dude back here. Nothing really gripping me about that plot. Let's see a little bit more. Just a refresher on Diomedia. What was the show that did? The Honda-kun, I know some people did like Honda-kun. Fuka, I did enjoy Fuka. Fuka wasn't like the best show, but it's just like a little guilty pleasure. It was really good for me. Akuma no Riddle was terrible. So yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag. Not the biggest like pedigree or anything like that. Like a middle of the road type studio, in my opinion, as far as the things that I have seen. Couple bad and one good. So, one okay, I'd say. And then the people behind it, the director, that's the major thing I'd want to see. I would play these trailers, but I can't because it's going to give me copyright strikes. So this director also worked on... Oh, so he worked on... That's that film I was... Yeah, okay. I didn't watch this, but I had my eye on it. I never ended up watching it. Shaman King? I don't know if some of you guys are like Shaman King. This guy also worked on that. Yeah. Ooh, he worked on Gundam. That's one of my good friends' favorite Gundams. I haven't watched it, but yeah. Very, very over the top Gundam, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing too grabbing. Like I said, I'm a little more what do I want to say? I'm picky now, just because I have to be careful with my time. Cardcaptor Sakura, Clear Card Hen by Madhouse. So Madhouse, of course, phenomenal studio. You know, they did. They worked on One Punch Man. They worked on another show that's coming up this season, Overlord. They did Death Note as well, I think. A lot of good shows. So obviously this is great. I'm not going to get too into this show just because Cardcaptor Sakura is something that I never watched when I was a kid. And I feel like this is going to be something that is more along the lines for people that have already watched it. Maybe, I guess let's read it. Maybe it's not a sequel. Well, actually, let's click on this. I can show you some other shows that Madhouse has done if you guys aren't aware. Always like showing people like studios that like are pretty. You know, I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Madhouse. I'm just saying. So there is a prequel, which is okay. There's a bunch of prequels. Yeah. Okay. So this seems like So she starts junior high. I don't know if she was like an elementary kid beforehand. So for those of you that are interested, the director, it's the most major role. Abengaku, I've heard good things about Abengaku. Ore Monogatari, I want to watch the rest of that. Chiafuru, I believe this is really good too, right? Is this that sports card game that I heard about? Yeah, I believe so. I've heard that's really good. So what else? And he's the original Cardcaptor Sakura director. So you guys that enjoyed Cardcaptor Sakura, the director is coming back for this, so that's good. Like I said, Madhouse, look at this monster. Oh my god. Hajime no Ippo, my favorite of all time. Freaking Hunter x Hunter. Oh my god. Like Hellsing Ultimate. No Game, No Life. freaking Perfect Blue, freaking Kaiji, Redline, Nana, One Outs, like all these Trigun, freaking like they are one of the top 3. I always say this in every one of these seasonal videos, but like top 3 in the industry for me. Madhouse, a lot of people's top studio. So yeah. Next we have Citrus by Passion, Studio Passion. Yuzuko Aihara, a high school girl whose main interests are fashion, friends, and having fun, is about to get a reality check. Due to her mom's remarriage, Yuzu has transferred to a new all-girls school that is extremely strict. Her real education is about to begin. From day one, happy-go-lucky Yuzu makes enemies, namely the beautiful yet stern student council president Mei. Looks like her right here. That looks like Yuzuko. So what happens when a dejected Yuzu returns home and discovers a shock of her life? That Mei is actually her new stepsister who has come to live with her. Even more surprising when Mei catches Yuzu off guard and kisses her out of the blue. What does it all mean? That's interesting. I don't know. What does it mean? Studio Passion, let's look at that real quick. Raka no Yusha, okay. Rail Wars, terrible. High School DxD, never watched it, so I have no idea. So yeah, not the best. Studio Passion. I feel like they did more than just this, but for now, let's just say that. The people behind this, original creator, that's important. Director's important. I'm not saying these people aren't important, but the director, the creator, sometimes for a certain series, I'm really interested in the music because I have an attachment to music of the prequels or something. And then I'll check, that as well. Or script writers can be very important. Like the storyboard, who wrote the story. That's why original creator is in that sense. That's why I look at it. So original creator, nothing that I have seen before. So can't really judge anything off of that. The director, Raka no Yusha, Rail Wars. Okay, not the best faith in this director. But just because the director didn't make a great series doesn't necessarily mean they can't make something else great. Just because they have to work with the source material they're given. And who are we to say one director is directing well while the other's not directing? Like what is direction? I don't think we're good enough to really point out all the nuances, but it can be a little. I look at it as a sign more so. I don't think I'm well versed enough in animation and how things work and the director's role and everything like that. Of course, it's supposed to be the most important role. I know that, so that's why I look at it as a quality measure. So yeah, not too interested in this. Moving on, Daime X Prince Enemy Caravan, smartphone game. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. It could be okay, but just from looking, I can't do all of these shows just because I always take way too long in these videos. If this is something I shouldn't be skipping over, please let me know. Okay, Darling in the Franxx. I have no idea what this is. I'm going to watch this because it's Trigger. Trigger is... I liked Kill la Kill. It was entertaining. What was it called? Kizu... Ooh, man, what was that show? Kisniver. Kisniver was fun. It was okay. Little Witch Academia didn't finish. Kind of got a little bored of it, but it was good. It was okay. And then I've heard some people like this Eno Battle show as well. I like their little experimentation. So that's the main reason. Ninja Slayer, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but like a very, very, very small group of people that I've heard really love that show. So I'm not sure why. I never watched it, so. Yeah, just for experimentation's sake, something very different in the season. They usually pull out something that's awesome. I'm awesome in a way no one else would take a risk of making something like that. That's why I watch Trigger. I believe that the original pedigree of Trigger is that they did they come off of Gainax or I think they came off the studio that made Gurren Lagann. So that was, you can tell the influence there, certainly. So that's why a lot of people, swear by Trigger. So, yeah, I believe if it's Gainax as well, then they also, of course, everyone knows about Evangelion, right? So, there was certainly pedigree before this studio was formed. So, main reason I'm going to watch this. Let's read this. Joint anime project between Trigger and A1 Pictures. Okay. The story is set in the distant future. The land is ruined and humanity establishes the mobile fort city Plantation. plantation. Pilots produced inside plantation live in Misteltein, also known as the birdcage. Children live there knowing nothing of the outside world or freedom of the sky. Okay. Their lives consist of battling to carry out missions. Their enemies are mysterious giant life forms known as Kyoryu. Are they these things up here? I thought maybe they're piloting these things. Let's see, where was I? And the children pilot robots called Franxx. So that's the name, Darling and the Franxx. To face off against each other. For the children, riding the Franxx proves their existence. A boy named Hiro is called Code Double... Well, I want to say 016, and he was once known as a prodigy. Okay. However, he has fallen behind, and his existence seems unnecessary. Not piloting a Franxx is the same as ceasing to exist. Oh, shit. Okay. One day, a mysterious girl known as 02 appears before him. 2 horns grow out of her head. That's got to be her. I believe I can kind of see 2 horns right up here. So... this has got to be that guy. He's got a very, very main character look about him. So, yeah, it seems interesting. It could be anywhere. I mean, it's interesting, but at the same time, this does seem like a plot line that has been seen before. You know, trapped in a. It kind of feels a little dystopian. Maybe not dystopian, but like a future that's fallen apart. Where It's not an ideal future, let's say that. And, you know, they're piloting robots, fighting giant creatures. I think the main thing that will set this anime up as like a, you know, success or failure is really going to be the characterization. As always, I have no doubt about the animation and the quirkiness of it, but I really hope... I don't think they've really nailed a really, really good story yet. I'm waiting for Trigger to do that. Gurren Lagann, I loved Gurren Lagann. So I'm hoping for something like that, like in levels of like engagement, my own engagement, or maybe close. And if they do that, that's phenomenal. Like, I couldn't ask for any. I mean, that's a pretty high bar, but... yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with this. Just to see who else worked on this. Director. Maybe we'll look at the assistant director. I also wanted to see this character design, because I really like this character design here. Director also did Idolmaster. They did a lot of Idolmaster and Penny and Stalking. Worked on... They did the character design for one of the Gurren Lagann movies. Okay. Worked on Toradora... Gurren Lagann, another film, Evangelion he worked on. So, okay. This guy's been... I guess he was working in at Gainax at the time, and now he's getting a chance to be head director. Did he direct... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess the only shows he's directed are Idolmaster shows, though. So I have no idea if that's good or not. So, okay, let's see the assistant director. Directed Shelter. Okay, that was a good music video. Doesn't mean that he's going to be great for a full feature-length, I don't mean feature-length, but a full-length anime, but hey, that's a positive. He worked on a character design for Magi. Okay. Although I kind of hesitate to give credit for character design between when it's already kind of established for the manga already. So I don't know how much credit you should give the original artist versus the director or someone else who worked on it. Okay. This guy's worked on some good shows. Not necessarily directing, but, you know, he worked on Toradora, he worked on Bakemonogatari, Darker Than Black. Those are all, like, good shows. Beelzebub's good, too. Okay, yeah. Character design for Grand Blue Fantasy. Again, that's based off a mobile game, so the artist's already... okay, and then the character designer... Kimi no Nawa. That's why I like the freaking character design. This guy's good character design, man. Kokoro ga... Oh, okay. I didn't watch this movie, but I have an eye on this. He also did Anonatsu de Mataru. Okay. Yeah. This guy's a good artist. If he's the character designer of all these shows as well. Again, Hitman. That's off of manga. Yeah. Okay. I was like, why do I really like... I mean, this isn't the style of Kimi no Nawa, but hey, talented artist. Okay. Let's move on. I spent a lot of time on this one. Death March kara hajimaru isekai kyosokyoku. Kyosokyoku? That's a long, long name. Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai. Death March begins New World something. I don't know. The story of the light novel series. Okay, so there's a light novel series and a manga. Follows a 29-year-old programmer who is on a death march. But one day he wakes up in another world after a nap from a meteor shower. He happens to gain vast riches and decides to go sightseeing. So begins his heartwarming, occasional serious, and harem adventure in another world. Silverlink, good. I think that they're a very solid studio there. Not really interested in something like this. You know, harem shows aren't really my thing. The slice of life aspect might be interesting. I don't mind a good slice of life show though. Silverlink shows that I know. Tanaka-kun is listless. I didn't watch it, but I heard a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but quite a few people enjoyed that. I know some people love this Fate Khalid series. I only watched season 1 and like maybe half of season 2. It had a few good, really, really good scenes, but yeah. Masamune-kun, I love that show. I don't know. Why is it so bad? It was funny. Okay. Not the best, but like, you know, I enjoyed my time. I watched it on my own when it was airing. And yeah, what else? That's all I can speak for, I believe, out of all of these. Yes. Yep. I don't know. Oh yeah, I enjoyed this show too. Rakkaido Kishi no, what was it? Cavalry something. It had a really, really, really great moment of animation at the very last episode. I was like, it's one of my favorite like freaking sequences. So yeah, good studio here. People working on it. Let's see the original story. Director, all these people are important. Original story. Okay, this is obviously it's going to be the manga person. Director also directed Cavalry. Okay. Chief director on the Fate Khalid. Okay, I feel like this is. I trust a director like this. And what was this character design? They did the art. Okay, yeah, and the character designer is the same one who did the art for the manga. Okay, all right. If you're interested in this, seems okay. Fate Extra Last Encore. I was not sure if I was gonna do this as a live reaction or not. I'm still not 100% sure, but I'll be curious to see how Shaft does Fate. So that's why I'm gonna do it. From what I understand, Fate Encore is that one where it's just a mishmash of all things like Fate and UFO Table blended into one. Where it's kind of like, is it like Pokemon almost? Like you have certain Fate characters and you battle each other in turn-based combat, something like that. So it's an adaptation of Fate Extra. Waking up in a strange virtual world with no recollection of the past, Hakuno finds himself forced to fight for survival in a war he does not understand for a prize beyond value. The opportunity to have one's last wish granted, okay, with only one enigmatic servant by his side, Hakuno Kishinami will have to face both friends and foes. This is a very generic, like a very overarching, like generic Fate. you know, this is like every Fate freaking show ever. To the fight battles to the death in order to not only gain possession of the mysterious object known as the Holy Grail, but also to find the answers to the most important question of all: who am I? So what I'm gonna say is, right, this season I was watching Fate Apocrypha. I love Fate. There was a segment in the middle of that show where it was dragging like all hell. And I kind of regretted like live reacting to it, and then it kind of redeemed itself in the latter half, the latest episodes I watched. First half I really liked. It was like first third and last third so far I've liked. And then the middle half where it gets all slice of lifey, I really like. That's not what I like about Fate. So for me personally, I really hope it's not that. But as long as it gives me really, really good fight scenes in the middle, I will be completely happy with this. If you guys don't know the idea of Fate already, I'm just going to give you a really, really quick overview. Like I said, there's going to be a bunch of people. I don't know if it's going to work like this for this specific one, but if you're interested in Fate, I would say you start with either Fate Zero or Fate Stay Night. I guess the Studio Dean adaptation, a lot of people say. I started with Fate Zero, then I watched Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. And then I watched the Heaven's Feel movie recently, and then I watched Fate Apocrypha. I have not watched the Studio Dean adaptation, so I can't speak for it. I'm hoping for a remake or something by UFO Table. But it's about like basically 7 masters that are chosen to fight in this Grail War, and they're each given a servant, which is a all-powerful being who is a hero from history. So, like if you think of this hasn't happened. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be a hero, but like if you think of any hero like Achilles, you can think of King Arthur. You can think of hero like you get what I mean. Like very very important people in history. That's who they end up joining your side, and they basically are your proxy in this war. They're going to be fighting for you. While the masters, which are the people they fight for, are given 3 command seals. They can give them any command. That's unnecessary information. I didn't have to tell you that. But basically, it's a fight to the death. What's really cool is that they really, really integrate their backstory very well into this war, whereas like their ultimate abilities, their hidden skills are really based on their myths and the lore behind the actual character. It's always really fun for me to figure out who is this character. They usually don't reveal it right away, and the reveals are really fun. So it's one of my favorite like franchises ever. I mean, of all time. It's one of my favorite franchises. So I'll always love getting people into Fate. So if you're interested, I would recommend starting with Fate Zero. A lot of people would recommend starting with Fate Stay Night. There's no like real wrong answer between the two, but I started with Fate Zero. It is very heavy in the beginning with a lot of exposition, but once you get past all that, get a grasp of it, I think most people will have a really good time. So yeah, definitely giving this a shot. Let's just see who is behind it. Damn, dude, I've been talking about for 26 minutes already. Okay, director, series director. Music is important. This is director. Oh, man. Dude, Awani Monogatari. Okay. Yeah. That's a really, really, really good director. He's a Monogatari, man. Oh, shit. Yeah. It's Shaft, man. Shaft and Fate. I want to see what happens. Series director. Okay, this guy also worked on it too. And a Madoka movie. I don't know what you guys feel about the Madoka movie for the the series director for this. And then let's see the music. Music of Kizu Monogatari. Yeah, that makes sense. Captain Earth. Captain Earth had good music. I didn't like the show too much, but the music was good. Okay, yeah, and the Monogatari music in itself is very good. So yeah, okay, it'll be interesting to see a different like there's a general tone and like a musical what do I want to say, like theme present from all Fates. I feel like this might be a little different. So interested to see how this goes. And like I said, like Shaft. March comes in like a lion. It probably the best show airing right now this season. March comes in like a lion season 2. I think it's so good. I would have it like pretty much tied with Welcome to the Ballroom, but I don't think that's just like I know that's like a heart thing. Like I react like freaking. I get super excited for Ballroom, but just on a like what would I feel like an objective and also enjoyment level combined, March comes in like a lion. It's so good. So definitely I really like Shaft. That sounded bad, but we're gonna keep moving. Okay. Gakuin Babysitters, Brainsbase is a good studio. Good. Manga centers on the brothers Ryuichi and Kotaro Kashima. Ryuichi is in high school, and Kotaro is still a toddler after their parents are killed in a plane crash. The two brothers find themselves living with the chairman of the Morinomiya Academy, who herself lost her son and daughter-in-law in the same accident. The chairwoman, however, has one stipulation for the brothers in order to live with her. Ryuichi has to work at the Academy's daycare center as a babysitter. That does not interest me at all. But Brainsbase, Natsume, Bakano, those are two really good shows. And Amazing again right here. Yahari ore no shishuin. What did I Oregairu? I believe that's the short. I love that series. Durarara, of course. I guess they also did a lot of people love Assassination Classroom, but this is just a special. Did they work on the base show as well? I never finished Assassination Classroom. I keep wanting to, but freaking yeah, I know I should, but let's just look at this real quick. Creator, did they do anything else? Nope. Okay, moving on. Getting No Guardian 2 sequels that I have not watched. I'm not gonna really talk about. So, yeah, if you like the original, there's another one for you. Gintama final season. So excited and both excited and sad. It's gonna be amazing. Gintama, please, if you haven't watched Gintama, give Gintama a try. I swear, like, I can't really swear, but like the comedy is so good. But on top of that, there's such a good, deep, amazing. Like this season of Gintama, like Gintama is number 2 for me right now, like all time. And this season, if it's like as impactful as the previous seasons have been, it could overtake Hajime no Ippo for me. So that's what I'm telling you. I want as many people to watch this. I want as many watch Hajime no Ippo as well. Watch Hunter x Hunter. Like those are my top 3 right there. But god damn, I'm so excited for that. But I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Those of you guys that have been watching my reactions, you know how crazy I get for Gintama. I'm a little behind for Gintama, which is surprising, right? But I guess it's more like it's a little more episodic right now, so I don't feel as urgent to get the reactions out as fast as possible. So when the story really gets, like, this is gonna be so story heavy. So yeah, Gankasenki A1 Pictures. This is some good artwork, I gotta say, at least. But it also kind of looked like a generic, like a battle show. So let's see. A1 Pictures. The series takes place on a continent ruled by chaos. Chaos breeds disaster, but the lords of the continent have the power of Crest, Holy Seal, that can calm the chaos and protect the people. However, before anyone realizes it, the rulers cast aside their creed of purifying the chaos, instead start to fight each other for each other's crests and to gain dominance over one another. Silica, an isolated mage who scorns the lords for abandoning their creed, and a wandering knight named Theo, who's on a journey to train him to one day liberate his hometown, which is under tyrannical rule, make an everlasting oath to each other as master and servant, and work together to reform this continent dominated by wars and chaos. Okay, it seems like an okay show. Probably something that I would watch if I had more time. But it also sounds like a show that I've similarly heard stories like that before. But let's see who's behind this. Original story also did Nothing I Know, it looks like. Nope. Sorry, this is the Grand Crescent Kicker. Nothing. Director. Did you work on anything I knew? Oh! Rakugo! Oh, Rakugo! Yeah, okay. Just that alone, I'm gonna say, wow. Okay. I'm gonna make a top 20 video soon. But not gonna lie. Encore Season 2 is probably top 3 of the year, so just saying. that like upped my faith a lot, but yeah. Rakugo's story is really what gets it, though. So good job, director person. You did a great job with Rakugo. But I'm still not watching this. A1 Pictures, Your Lie in April, fantastic. Erased, Magi, Space Brothers, people love that. Nanatsu no Taizai, we're going to talk about that later. Seven Deadly Sins, love, Seven Deadly Sins. A lot of people like Fairy Tail, Gate was good. Grim Gwarp was good too. Blue Exorcist, like, yeah. I know a lot of people a lot of people don't like A1 Pictures for some reason, but I feel like they're really solid when it comes to production, at least. Okay. Moving on. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to change this to yellow. If I can. Just because I'm not sure. So this is Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens. which is a weird title. But this is like a crime thing. I guess we can start with it. At first glance, the city of Fukuoka, a lot of things take place in that city. Seems like a peaceful one, but under the surface, crime is running rampant. The city's Hakata ward is home to the professionals of the underworld. Professional killers, detectives, informants, professional revenge seekers, those skilled in torture and more. And according to urban legend, a killer of professional killers has shown up in the city. So that by itself is interesting. One of my good friends sent me this summary, so I knew the summary for this one. That's the only reason. Like, this image doesn't do anything for me at all, right? This title, this studio, you know, but it just seems interesting, so I might give it a shot here. Original story, director, those are the two things I want to know. Okay, didn't do anything else that I know. Director, they did Macross. Didn't watch Macross. Do I know anything they did? Okay, so the director is someone who is unknown to me personally. And Satelight. Satelight, I think, has done some good shows, right? Hellsing Ultimate, of course. Log Horizon, the original one. Yeah. And I guess that's all, as far as I'm concerned. So they've done some pretty bad ones, too. M3's pretty bad. Okay, so mixed bag. Looks like more bad than good, but hey, Hellsing Ultimate's a really, really good one in Log Horizon, man. But Madhouse also worked on Hellsing Ultimate. I guess the primary one was Madhouse that worked on Hellsing Ultimate, I think. But Log Horizon, I think they did a really good job with Log Horizon. The original first season. I hate the second season of Log Horizon. So yeah, I think we'll start with it. Hakume to Mikochi by Lerche. 9 centimeters tall, the tiny girls Hikumi and Mikoshi live in the forest, living in a tiny house in a tree, riding insects and birds, and making umbrellas out of leaves. These tiny girls live a tiny life, follow their tiny but lovely lives as they live their day-to-day in a fantastic world of tiny people and gods. So, yeah, it seems like a little pleasant show. Not something that makes the cut for me, personally. Original creator, nothing else. Director, Kozuno Honkai Scum's Wish. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, honestly, that's a freaking frustrating and pissed me off show. But yeah, a lot of people like this show. I'm not going to say anything more about it. Gaku Gurashi. And okay, one episode, I guess, after maybe a few episodes of Gintama they helped direct. Okay. And Lerche. They did Assassination Classroom. Danganronpa 3. I really like Danganronpa 3. Yeah, that was good. Both of these are good. All three of these are good. If you're a Danganronpa fan, of course. I'm not sure about Super Danganronpa 2.5. Fate Prototype. I've not watched that. Okay. Keep it rolling. Hakyo Hoshin Engi. Sea Station. This looks ridiculous. This is a manga adaptation. Thousands of years ago was a time of witchcraft and dark magic. An evil sorceress has bewitched the emperor of the mighty dynasty, and has become a mindless puppet. The country is in shambles, and evil spirits lurk everywhere. The human world is on the verge of utter destruction. A bold mission is planned by the Confederation of the Immortal Masters. They sent a young master wizard to hung down the villains and evil warlocks in the devastated lands. Looks, yeah, it doesn't look too good. Just saying, just from this picture, and this story doesn't sound too great. Sea Station, yeah, they haven't done anything I know. Who's the creator, director? Creator Shiki? Worked on this is original character design Shiki. Shiki's supposed to be good, right? Is this the Shiki I'm thinking of? That is not the Shiki I was thinking of. Okay. And the director. Nothing I know. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna spend too much time here. Second season, so like I said, 15th of the season. This is the same thing I do with idol shows. I'm not interested at all. I don't even look at them, so I'm gonna keep going. This is something I'm very interested in. Ito Junji Collection by Studio Dean. So this is like a collection of short stories by Ito Junji. He is super famous as like I guess you could even call him like the father of like horror anime manga, father of horror series. Like he's really famous for his horror, really done well. So I'll be really curious. I think it'll be perfect to react to. So just having his name and his hearing his name, I knew right away I had to do this. Let's see if there's some really good names attached to it. Of course, Studio Dean. Recently, Rakugo. Amazing. Konosuba. They butchered Log Horizon 2, so I don't like that about them. But just over here, just Konosuba and the recent things, Rakugo and Konosuba, I really liked what they did with that. They also did Higurashi. I've never watched that, but that's also horror, right? So, hey, some little bit of pedigree here. Damn, look at how many freaking short stories there are? Ito Junji is obviously... Why is the director? Okay. I want to know the music, too. Music's important horror. So this director worked on Kuroko no Basket, which is... I love Kuroko no Basket, but I don't know if it's not going to really help here. Did they direct anything else? Diabolical Lovers? I don't even know what that is. Huh. Okay, so relatively unknown for me. And musically, okay, Hero Academia, Haikyuu, Ballroom. I mean, that's all good music. Let's see you do horror. I'll be curious to see how they do horror. That's really like amazing music. But yeah, we'll see. Oh man, I haven't watched the trailers for any of these shows. So, Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san. If you blush, you lose. Living by this principle, the middle schooler Nishikata gets constantly made fun of by his seat neighbor Takagi-san. With his pride shattered to pieces, he vows to return the tables and get back to her someday. And so he attempts to tease her day after day, only to find himself victim to Takagi-san's ridicule again sooner than later. Will he be able to make Takagi-san blush from embarrassment? Even once in the end. Okay, a little cutesy. I like this little art right here. Let's see. Who is working on this? Creator, director. Creator, nothing I've seen. Very rarely do I find like a creator who's done something else that I know. Okay. I think some people like this. He worked on Rakugo. Okay, that's a plus for me. Okay. And then I don't think this is a well-known studio though. Yeah. Looks like they do a lot of kids shows. So maybe this is just a kids show. Who knows? Alright. Killing Bites by Lead-In Films. Yeah, this I don't know, this picture just looks so campy to me. Lead-In Films did what was that show with the freaking cockroaches? Terraform Mars. They did Terraform Mars, so certainly the artwork fits like what they usually do, but people have been created that are human-animal hybrids, and powerful businesses bet on the outcome of their duels. College student Nomoto Yuya's casual acquaintances ask him to drive them around to pick up girls one day, which he soon finds out means by force. The girl they kidnap is an animal-human hybrid called Hitomi, who slaughters all of them except Yuya. I guess it's probably her. Hitomi is a honey badger, which has been called the most fearless of all animals. Now Hitomi is assigned to stay with Yuya for his protection. Okay. Working story. That's director. Story. Didn't work on anything else I know. Director. Okay, worked on Drifters. Looks like this is their first directing role. Okay. Alright. And then, of course, Lead-In Films, like I said. Oh, they also worked on Arslan Senki. Arslan Senki's alright. And then, of course, Terraform Mars. Heavily censored. Berserk 2. Oh, my God. I thought the Millie... whatever. It was like... Oh, I guess they only did season 1. No, that was okay. Yeah, not a very good Berserk adaptation. Not at all. Okay. Might be interesting. Who knows? Might be just some good old violent fun. That's what I expect. Okay. Koi wa ame gari no yuni. So I said green for this because of Wit Studio. And this image is very interesting to me. some nice artwork. Akira Tachibana is a soft-spoken high school student who used to be a part of the track and field club, but due to an injury, she is no longer able to run as fast as she once could. Okay, good. Working part-time at a family restaurant as a recourse, she finds herself inexplicably falling in love with her manager, a divorced 45-year-old man with a young son. Okay. Like you guys know, I really like to mix in some romance seasonally. That's why I'm really watching Mage's Bride. It's also a fantasy setting, so which is the other reason I'm watching Mage's Bride. But I guess I could have 2 this time because that's going to continue, and maybe this will be good. But I love Wit Studio, so you guys know Attack on Titan. Oh, and they're doing Mage's Bride. How did I not think of that? So they're going to be doing 2 romances. Mage's Bride, Attack on Titan. They also did Wadi no Seraph, which a lot of people hate, of course. And then, which I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then Cabaneri, which I didn't like either. Not too much. Rolling Girls. I really like the animation of Rolling Girls. It was really good. But yeah. Let's see who's behind this. Creator, director. Okay, they only did this. Director. Space Brothers. Okay. So they're certainly not new to directing. And people love Space Brothers. I don't know what this is. Is this their most recent? Oh, this is about to air too. Some baseball show. Okay. Alright. So this isn't someone who's in-house at WIT, which is interesting. Usually it's a person who's in-house. They worked on a lot of Doraemon. Interesting. Okay. This is really... So one thing you used to always say about Studio WIT, they do interesting things with their artwork and animation. Continuing, Kokoku, Geno Studio. Yuri, this is one I've seen the trailer of. Someone sent me a trailer for this one. Yuri Yukawa lives with her neat father and brother, her retired grandfather, her sister, and her young nephew. One day, her nephew and brother are kidnapped for ransom. Having only 30 minutes to meet the demands of the kidnappers, Yuri, who realizes there is not enough time to prepare the money, decides to head for their rescue by herself with a knife in hand, when her grandfather uses a mysterious stone passed on in the Yukawa family to stop time. In a world where everyone and everything are inert, Yuri and her father and grandfather run to rescue the two. By the kidnappers' hideout, they soon realize they are not the only ones who can move about in this still world. That premise sounds interesting. I from the trailer, it just didn't grab me at all. I don't know. There's some weird quality of a little campiness to me, but I could be proven wrong. I feel like this is going to be something maybe I pick up after a few episodes, after people tell me it's really good. So like I said, I'm open to starting shows. It's just a little harder for me to do so because of all the work I have to do. But hey, I'm still open to, if it's good enough, Geno Studios, I guess they were the ones who were supposed to do that film. There's 3 films, I think, that were just... Wasn't Geno Studios shut down? I don't know. I thought they were. Creator, once again, nothing. And nothing that I can point to for this director either. Okay. Moving on. Mirai no Kaikata by 8-Bit. When high school student Sora Kashiwagi finds himself staring down a mysterious oversized package sent to him by his self-proclaimed adventurer father. The last thing he expects is for it to be opened from the inside by a little mummy so small it can fit into the palm of his hand. That little thing right there, I guess. Does not sound very interesting. Original creator, just did this probably, yep. And animation, haven't watched any of this. I don't think so. So relatively unknown for me. Nothing I've even heard of. Oh, Comet Lucifer, I guess, was recent. Yeah, I didn't watch it, though, so I can't really speak to it. Okay, and Mahoka Koko, okay. They did is that the film? Yeah, the film. I haven't watched that either. Though I enjoyed the series. I like overpowered characters. Let's keep going. Mitsuboshi Colors by Silverlink. We already talked about Silverlink earlier. Hark! The city is in peril. Who are you going to call? Colors. Sachan, Yui, and Kotoha are here to protect the city, solving mysteries and battling enemies with help from their friends. But their quest isn't an easy one. As their arch nemesis Saito, the violent police officer Ueno, meets them at every turn. Ueno. Did I create it? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, like I said, not very interested. Just for you guys, let's see. Creator, director, creator. Erica 7? Something by Erica 7. Okay. And nothing else. New director. Marcin Madchen. Marcin? Okay. Hazuki Kagimura is a normal girl who is usually alone. With her relationship with her new family not going so well, she retreats every day to the world of stories and books. One day after school, one of the library's bookshelves sends her to another world with a magic school where she meets Shizuka Tsuchimikado? She finds out that girls called Machen who attend school are selected by old fairy tales, and folk stories to wield their magic and are taught how to wield it in the school. School has girls who are chosen by such stories as Kaguya Hime no Monogatari, Isun Boshi, Der Futendoji, The Little Matchstick Girl, The Gigantic Turnip, Arthurian Legends, and the Ramayana. Hazuki herself is chosen by the Cinderella story. Okay, this could be interesting. Not something for me, really. I feel like if Little Witch Academia didn't quite grasp me, I don't know if something like this would grasp me. But hey, story. Queen's Blade. I've heard of Queen's Blade. I don't know what it is though. Director, new director? No, they've worked on a few things. Okay, nothing I know. Doesn't look like. Alright, they directed a couple episodes of Serial Experiments Lane. Okay. Chief director. Data line. What are we looking for? Nothing? Nothing? Nothing I can grasp. Okay. And then Hood's Entertainment. Drifters! I like Drifters. Drifters is good. But, whoa, okay. We just stumbled onto... Let's forget we saw that. Alright. Yeah. Nothing really interesting to me. Nanatsu no Taizai Imashimi no Fukatsu. What I'll be doing for this is I'm going to be watching the OVAs on my own. I don't know what it is about OVAs, but I have a really hard time to reacting to OVAs. Unless you guys really, really want me to. Did I do one episode of an OVA? I don't even remember. But yeah, this really surprised me when it aired. There's still a lot of things we want to know about this world. Bond is always fun to watch. Shit, well, I always forget everything after it's been a long time. But I love Bond. I also love what was his name? It's me something, right? Me. Why is he not listed here? Me. The main character. Let's just say the main character. Meliodas. Meliodas, that's his name. Oh, I like Meliodas a lot because he's overpowered. Merlin, I'm very interested to know more about Merlin. And I think we haven't met all the sins, have we? No, I don't think so. But if you're looking for a really, really good shonen anime, make sure to watch Nanatsu no Taizai, the first season. It's really, really fun. I loved it. There's some ecchi stuff here and there, but it's a really fantastic show. Trust me, just watch it. The first episode, second episode. If you don't like it, okay. But I think a lot of people love this show. Gil Thunder is, I think, my favorite character. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting more of this. Just here, Kisawato's still working on this. Awesome. Wait, was he on the first one? Hiryu Kisawa is one of my favorites. Yeah, he did. Okay, it's the same music. So that's good. Director same? Please tell me. No? We got a new director. Okay, this could still be good, but I like the first season, so I didn't want to change anything. But all right. And A1 Pictures we already talked about. All right, Overlord 2. I love Overlord. Overlord is very, very fun. Also by Madhouse, which we talked about. Let me just read you know what we're going to do? For you guys, for these shows that I really want you guys to try out if you haven't. I'm just going to read the synopsis for those as well. So let's start here. When they were accused of trying to overthrow the monarchy, the feared warriors, the 7 deadly sins, were sent into exile. Princess Elizabeth discovers the truth. The sins were framed by the king's guard, the Holy Knights. Too late to prevent them from assassinating her father and seizing the throne. Now the princess is on the run, seeking the sins to help her reclaim the kingdom. The first sin she meets, Meliodas, is a little innkeeper with a talking pig. He doesn't even have a real sword. Have the Legends of Sin's strength been exaggerated? That's not a very good sell, but that's your beginning. The sins are the real deal, man. They're really good. I love the characters, man. Okay, and let's talk about Overlord. Overlord was very surprising too. Really, really fun, overpowered main character. Like I said, I love watching overpowered main characters. Story takes place in the year 2138 when virtual reality gaming is booming. Yggdrasil, a popular online game, is quietly shut down one day. However, the protagonist Momonga decides to not log out. Momonga is then transformed into the image of a skeleton as the most powerful wizard. The world continues to change with non-player characters beginning to feel emotion, having no friends, parents, friends, or place in society. So ordinary young man Momonga then strives to take over the new world the game has become. So he basically like stays after the servers have been closed, but the world continues. So yeah, basically he was already like super powerful in this game, and then the game becomes reality. Something you've probably heard a million times, but it's so I love this show, man. It's really fun. Very interesting characters. So yeah, definitely something I think you should try. If I was going to choose which one I would ask you guys to try first, I would probably put 7 Deadly Sins first, because I feel like that has a wider appeal, and then I'd give this. I would really want you to try Gintama the most out of all these shows. I'd probably go like, what I really want you guys to do is like Gintama and then Fate, as far as relevant shows this season. So yeah, second season. Let's see who's on board this time. Hopefully it's the same director. Okay, it looks like it. I guess there's been a few. There's been an OVA, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely excited for that. Pop Team Epic. The 3 or 4 panel manga centers around 2 14-year-old girls, the short Popoko and the tall Pipimi. I was considering watching this just because I saw these things all over Japan when I went there, and I was like, what is this? But I was like, whatever, man. I'm just going to leave this alone. It's okay. Ramen Daisuki Koizumi-san. Another ramen thing. The gourmet comedy follows the daily life of Koizumi, a high school girl who looks like a cool beauty at first glance, but actually has an unexpected side of her that loves ramen. Yeah, it doesn't look like something I'd be interested in. Let's see who is behind this. Original creator, director. Original creator did Nothing That I Know. Haruhi. An anthology for Haruhi. And then the director. Okay. Asterisk. It was an okay show. I watched the first season. Yeah, otherwise. Okay. And then the studio I've never heard of. What have they done? Done. Nothing I know. Alright. Moving on. Ryuo no Oshigoto. Okay, this looks like a shogi show. Project number 9. 16-year-old Kuzuryu Yaichi has fallen into a slump after winning the major shogi title, Dragon King. The pressure of his losses continue until an elementary schooler called Hinatsuru Ai with an extraordinary shogi talent arrives at his doorstep. So like I was saying, March Comes In Like a Lion. I love March Comes In Like a Lion, but not particularly for the shogi. It's the character development. The way they portray emotion in that show is next level. Shaft does an amazing job. The shogi itself, I barely understand what the hell is going on, but you don't really need to enjoy that show. So a shogi-centric show, I don't know if that's something I'd want to watch. But for those of you guys that are, maybe you guys watched March Comes In Like a Lion, you want more shogi-based stuff, hey, maybe this is a shot, man. Original story. Nothing I Know. Directed a few things, so it's not new, but Nothing I Know. Project number 9. Nothing That I Have Seen. Okay. Moving on. Saiki Kusu no... I don't know what that sign is. Non 2. I don't know why, but this was like number 1 and most anticipated in some poll. And I never watched the first season. I don't know if it's even any good, but it didn't look like any good when the previews came out for the first season, so... I don't know. Do you guys like the first season? There's a second season. But I'm curious to hear you guys, like, those of you who have watched this, is it that good? I don't know. Dude, how much do I have? Okay, not too much. Okay. Sanryo Danshi. Something boy. Studio Pira. Project's premise follows Kota Hasegawa, high schooler boy that loves the yellow pom-pom pudding dog. A mere coincidence, he ends up attending the same school as Yu Mizuno, a boy who likes the bunny My Melody. Yu tells Kota that there's nothing to be ashamed of for liking Sanryo's cute characters. Together, Kota, Yu, Shunsuke Yoshino, Ryu Nishimiya, and Seichiro Minamoto learn to accept their love of the characters instead of feeling embarrassed. We already covered Studio Pira real quick. It doesn't look like anything I'd be interested in. Director-wise, not a new director, but it doesn't look like anything I've seen. Alright. Let's keep going. Shinkan Henki Robo Shinkalion. Oriental Light and Magic Studio. This looks like a kid show. In the franchise's story, Hayato Hayasugi, the train-loving son of a train museum curator, accidentally stumbles into his dad's secret research lab one day. Inside, he finds the E5 bullet train. As soon as he enters, he hears an announcement that a mysterious enemy, the Bachigami, the bee god, is attacking the city of New Saitama. Luckily, with the touch of his father, Shinka evolved card, the bullet train he's in transforms into a mighty robot, the Shinkalian E5 Hayabusa. In the anime story, Hayato and other children would serve as conductors to pilot the Shinkalion. Children must work together with the adults of the Shinkansen Ultra Evolution Institute to defeat a monster that looks like a jet black bullet train. I'm just going to skip this. We're going to keep going. This is way too long. Slow Start by A1 Pictures. The story centers around 16-year-old Hana Ichinose, who, unbeknownst to her classmates, was a year late in enrolling into high school. These don't look like 16-year-olds or high schoolers. Although it may not seem like a big deal, it's a big deal to her. She wants to catch up with everyone else one day. Okay. A1 Pictures, like we covered that earlier. I really don't like this kind of art style, man. This like cutesy, like little. I don't know. It's not for me. Creator, director, creator, nothing. Director, nothing I know. Nothing I know. Okay, let's keep going. Toji no Miko. Since ancient times, Shrine Maidens, who wield swords, have been exercising Aratama, strange existences that threaten the human world. These young women who wear school uniforms and a sword, are called Toji. They serve as an official unit within the police force as a special religious service police squad. It's a long descriptive term. The government authorizes the Toji to wear swords and serve as government officials. The government has set up 5 schools throughout the country for the girls to attend. The girls live ordinary school lives while occasionally performing their duties, wielding their swords, and using various powers to fight and protect people. This whole, only girls school where they're cultivating some power, I'm always like, why? Or only this, age group can be... come on, man, come on. It's done to death. We talked about Studio Gokumi. Director... Cyborg 009, I don't know if you guys are a fan of that. I don't know. Uchu Yori mo Toi Basho. This could be very good just because it's by Madhouse. It's like a, I don't know, it seems like a, penguin. Anyways, the anime story centers on high school girls going to the South Pole, a place further in the universe. They struggle and grow together as cope with extreme conditions. I don't know. This doesn't seem like a great, premise. That's the only thing that's really getting me. This seems like more of the day-to-day survival in extreme conditions. I don't know. It's Madhouse, though, so I feel like I should trust them. But, just as a way to cut down on how many shows I'm watching, I'm going to leave this be. But, like I said, if If I had break, like, look how that looks very nice. Does that not? Freaking makes me feel bad, man. No Game No Life 0. Oh, and No Game No Life. Okay, very good director on board. Very good director. Prince of Stride though, garbage. So yeah, let's keep going. Violet Evergarden. This is probably my most anticipated show just because of I've seen a few like bits of this trailer and the animation of this is just god level. Kyoto Animation, like I said, top 3 in the studio for like in the business for me. It's probably I'd probably go like Kyoto Annie at number 1 if I had to rank Madhouse and then UFO Table for my top 3. But you know. For UFO Table, if I want like really good 3D animation, realistic, I just think that the other 2 are so versatile. That's why I put them so high. But this is going to be one that I want to go in blind. So I'm not going to even read the summary at all or watch any trailers. We're going to try to go blinded for this one. So if you guys are curious to see what this is, all I've read is this first thing. Auto Memories Doll. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. I just want to see who's behind this. The director... Okay. Kyoto Annie, like I said, like they've done so many good, like Queen of Katachi, my favorite movie even now, anime movie. Hibeki Euphonium, like a lot of people have K-On! They did Free, they did Beyond the Boundary. That's what that was called, and these are all so beautiful, well done. I love Kyoto Annie, man. Kyoto Annie's pretty boss. Director though. Okay, so he did Beyond the Boundary. I had fun watching Beyond the Boundary. I think the ending was pretty bad. But otherwise, I had a lot of fun watching that. So, this will be the second venture as director, I believe. Okay. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to, like... I don't want to know. I don't know. I did the same thing with Mage's Bride for this season. Okay, the 4th season of Yowamushi Pedal. A really, really solid sports anime. Not the first one I would recommend to everyone. Like I said, it's a cycling show. I love, love, love sports anime. Really, really good characters. I'm hoping they finish the race that they were on in this season. So, really looking forward to that. If I was to recommend a sports anime from the get-go for people to watch, I'd either recommend Haikyuu or Kuroko no Basket first, just to get a general feel for, and then when you want to go up in like a huge jump in quality, go to Hajime no Ippo. I love Hajime no Ippo. Like I'd say like Haikyuu is better than Kuroko no Basket. Even though I like basketball as a sport more than I like volleyball. But like I always say, you don't need to like the sport at all to get into these sports anime. It's all about the characters, the camaraderie. It's so good. It's my favorite genre. And when I started watching sports anime, I didn't like sports. I've grown to like sports. Maybe the rub-off effect of anime has given me that little like interest in it. But like when I watched Kuroko no Basket, I knew nothing about basketball. Now I watch basketball a lot. Volleyball, whenever I see a volleyball on like a screen now, I'm like, oh my god, dude, look, dude, that's a setter right there, that's Libro. Like you learn a lot, and as well as like you grow an appreciation for the athletes as well. So but like I said, the emotions, the grind, like the togetherness, the growth, that's what you're here for. But Yowamushi Pedal is definitely a good show. I just wouldn't put it like top, like I wouldn't be the first thing I recommend. Yudo Camp Delta by Sea Station again. Rin likes to go camping by herself along the lakes that provide a scenic view of Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is beautiful. Nadeshiko loves to take cycling trips by herself to places where she can see Mount Fuji. After they meet, Rin and Nadeshiko take camping trips, eat cup ramen together, and enjoy the scenery. I don't know what this is. Is that CG? Can't tell. Afro Null is the creator. It's an interesting name. Director worked on Tokyo. Ooh, it looks like a first directing role. Okay, fun. And finally, the second season of Zoku Tweakin' Rumble Hanamura. This is a different Tweakin' Rumble, actually. I didn't watch this at all. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea about this. Alright. Dude, too good. Too good. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Black Clover, I didn't watch. at all. So there's that still continuing. Today, Garo is still continuing, I guess. I didn't even know this was airing. Mage's Bride, I'm enjoying that as well. Osamatsu-san 2 is still going. Pingu, okay. And then TV shorts, I'll be watching this Dakashi. I don't know why the second season of Dakashi Kashi isn't under OVAs. But I'll be watching this by myself. I have fun learning about these sweets and stuff in this show. It's a pleasant show. That's something I would live react to, but I had fun watching it. GD, man, never heard of this. Movies. I really liked Bungo Stray Dogs. It was a really fun show. I really like the characters. So I'll be curious to see what this is all about. Some really powerful. This is one of those super powered agency shows. So if you're into anything like over the top powers, it's really interesting powers. I think like almost all of them are based off of famous Japanese literature, which we might not have like a big touchstone with, but it's still really fun. I really like that show. No. Okay, PA work. I really like PA Works, but that looks interesting. This is a compilation film. Oh, wait, that wasn't the OVA section? What is this section? Hold on. What was... Oh, shorts. So, so the Gashi Gashi 2 is going to be shorts. Okay. OVA. Days 2. How is the sequel to Days an OVA? Days was... it wasn't a very good sports anime. Mob Psycho 100. I'll do a live reaction for this. Definitely. My man Reagan. My favorite character is going to be... If you haven't watched Mob Psycho, watch Mob Psycho. Real Life! Oh, Real Life is so good. Real Life is so good. I will definitely react to this. Alright. Whew. That was long as always. Why do I do this? You know? Why do I do this? I always do this. So what we're going to do is zoom out. And I'll just show you what I'll be watching at the end. As always, if you know any information that I don't, maybe you've read the source material, the manga, the light novel, a game that it's based off of, let me know what you know about it. Should I be anticipating it? Anything that I'm completely overlooking that you have a, like a good feeling is going to be really good. Maybe let me know if there's any false information. Please feel free to correct me if you have a differing opinion about something I recommended or didn't recommend or like highly recommended against. Feel free. Don't really mind. I'm just speaking my thoughts. This is like not scripted, like I said. So, live reactions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 11 live reactions. We're gonna put One Piece with that 2. That's 12. Yeah. And I'll be watching 13, Dragon Ball Super 14, 14 shows. That's a lot still. Okay. Back in the, before I'd watch like 20, right? But I don't have time for that anymore. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Hopefully you guys found this informative, enjoyed this. I've tried to do this every season. I know I could get repetitive certain times when I'm going over shows that are related by studio and stuff, but I do this for new viewers and just to remind people, and it's just, like I said, it's my outflow of thoughts, and that's how it is. Alright guys, that's going to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys this next season. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a good season. Looks like a good season.